Hello, everybody. This is Gabriel Ahuramira, and I think this is also one of the assignments in the project writing that is in week 6 of the project writing. And I have been doing a project relative to the proposal that I had. I was doing that research on the project on how I can build a retail management system that can be very, very useful to local traders in my area here. And the project is about the retail management system, and it is purely a web-based retail management system that helps businesses manage inventory, sales, customers, and orders. And the reason as to why I opted for a web-based management system, I realized that it is scalable enough, and also it is pocket-friendly for many of the traders around, especially the SMEs, who may not have that budget of buying, server-based hardwares. And that's why we opted for the web-based retail management system. Now, one of the greatest challenges or the problems that I actually realized as I was doing my research, I realized that many small businesses struggle with manual stock tracking. And some of them also, they always have poor sales records and inefficient inventory management, which at times it leads to what we call the pilferage. They end up losing a lot of stock, and people, even when the stock is stolen from them, they cannot actually be able to know that they are losing revenue in terms of stock value, in terms of even stocks themselves. So that is one of the major problems that I ended up realizing in most of the retail businesses in my area here. And the objectives are, I actually came up with these objectives or solutions to help these retail operators to be able to digitize their retail operations. That once they digitize their retail operations, things will become more easier for them, and they will actually be able to, delegate the workload. And also they will be able to track inventory in real time, and also be able to manage sales and customers, and at the same time also be able to improve reporting and decision making. Because right now you realize a retail person may have 2 to 3 shops, and what is happening on the ground, it is not exactly what the reports that he's actually receiving where he is, or maybe it could be in his office or wherever. So when they digitize all this, it will be easier for them to get real-time data, real-time reports, and all types of operations that are happening within their shops. That is, they will be able actually to do that. Now, one of the things that led me to determine the kind of system features that these retailers may need relative to the interviews that we've had with them, I actually felt like the system that I was going to design was supposed to have a product management system, and which also it will entail the tracking, the inventory tracking, operations, and also it will entail the recording of all the sales, and customer management, because you want to know which customers are loyal, which customers do frequent. So I'll have that feature of a customer management, and then at the same time also we will need I will input, or the system will have what we call the user authentication capabilities, whereby not every user is capable of doing everything within the system. So they will have some kind of permissions to be able to actually do certain responsibilities. And also at the end of it all, we'll have all these reports or dashboard reports that the owner of the business will be able to see all these reports and these reports will be real time, since the system will be web based. So the reports will be real time. Now, the kind of technology that I'm intending to use mostly, and which is actually a lot of people use this technology and it is very efficient. I'm intending to use Node.js with Express.js, and the database, I'm intending to use the PostgreSQL database. And in terms of HTML, I will use mostly the EJS and the CSS. And then, of course, I'll also use the BioCrypt and JWT or sessions. JWT or sessions, but based on what I've seen from the ground, I think I may use both. And then, of course, we will have GitHub repositories whereby we will be able to have a mechanism on how we can deploy the entire system on web, that is through GitHub. That is the technology I'm intending to use, and maybe with the time we will be able actually to use other technologies. But for now, because we're beginning, we will use this is the technology we're going to use. Now, the system architecture will have what we call the user, and then there will be a front end. But the front end will be the point of sale, and of which at the point of sale will be connected with Express at the back end, and then we'll have the middleware, and then which after the middleware, the database will be the PostgreSQL database. That is what the system architecture, or what the system is going mostly to use. And this is the database design in a nutshell. The database will be having different tables, and we'll have the product tables, we'll have the customer tables, we'll have the sales table, inventory, and the users tables, just for a start, to ensure that the system really works very well. But those are the primary tables that the system will be having. And then modules, we are going to have the admin module, and then we'll also have the sales module. We'll also have the inventory module and the customer module. Now, for the sales module, most of you will, some people will call it the point of sale. That is actually impactfully the sales module, and then the inventory module, that is the inventory management system. Some will call it the back office and all that. And then within the admin module, these are just permissions whereby the admin will be able to execute different rights, different permissions to different users within the system. And of course, customer module, whereby we'll have all these modules that our customers will be prelude to, because some customers will be using the SaaS system, that is software as a service, and there are those who will want to just have it and customize it in their very own businesses. So it will depend on how each and every customer would want to use the system. And then we'll have security implementations like passwords, and these passwords will be hashed by the mechanism of BioCrypt. And we'll have also auth middleware, and then protected routes, and then also the input and validation. And then also the system workflow will have what we call the login frame. And then after the login frame, we'll have the dashboard. From the dashboard, we'll have the managed products, whereby operations will be done, and then record of sales will be done. That is through doing what we call a Z report at the end of the day, and then updates, and then inventory, then at the end of it all, automatic generation of reports that will be done there. And of course, before we deploy the system, there has to be some elements of testing, and we'll at times also do the testing with the clients, especially when we are in their premise, or we'll do the inventory update tested, sales recording verified, and then also logging authentication also will ensure this, all of them are tested, including role access and role and access control also checked. Now, challenges and solutions, stock synchronization issues will be fixed, because at times we'll have clients who have more than one units, and they will need all those units to be centralized. So what happens is that at a central place, they will be able to receive the stock and then be able to disperse these stocks to different branches or units. So there will be a lot of synchronizations, because data from different branches will have again to be synchronized to the main database, which is actually at the central place. And then authentication improvements and all those that apply will also be able to be used. And then we'll also have what we call the database relationship tuning, whereby the database at the branch level and the database at the headquarter level will be able to communicate, and that is what we am intending to do as a result of actually providing solution for our local retailers around here. Now, in conclusion, is that successfully I will be building a functional retail management system, which is I've already started already, and we'll have also an improved backend and database skills, which already the backend and the database is already in motion. It is under completion, and then we also have the system, which is called the system will be scalable enough for business issues. Will be scalable enough for business issues. I wish I had time. I would have shown you the interface of how the entire system is supposed to look at, but majorly these are some of the things that we are actually doing as at this time. Let me just show you some of the developments that I'm doing currently. Just before I conclude, I would like just to show you some of the developments. I'd like to show you some of the development that we are doing. This is just a file that I had just transferred, but let me just show you. I am literally using the VS Code, which I think most of the developers here. This is one of the projects I was just concluding. Let me close the folder. And let me just reopen a new folder here. Because this is one of the projects that I have actually been working on. Currently it's on, and I think the POS, that is the front end, the sales part, it's almost getting done. Let me just run this server for you, even though I've not connected it to the server yet, but I hope so. I just wanted to show you how the interface will look like. Because I've not connected it to the server yet, so what do we do here? Let me see. So I am using PG admin to actually connect this, but on the server side I had not created everything, but on this other end I had actually concluded. So this is what, let me just see. Okay, this is running locally. This is running on another server. Okay, so this is what I'm intending to use and all that, and probably maybe when time comes, I'll be able actually to showcase you the full demo of what the entire system is all about. So on the side of the database, we are still setting the tables and the schemas so that the entire POS can actually function. Otherwise, thank you very much, and this is my project for week 6, and I hope it is actually okay. Thank you very much. God bless you, and looking forward to see you again next time. Thank you.